Heathen thought of the day.
Thoughts are in, and the masses want to hear them.
My thought, what I've been thinking about is kind of, it's more of a query again, because I've been wondering, when you watch something great versus something terrible, obviously there are different factors that affect it, but I was wondering, between, for example, visual prowess and story, what is the biggest letdown? What would make you not be able to watch something?
Just between those two?
Yeah.
Well, I honestly, I think you need both.
Of course you do.
You need both.
The only reason I was thinking about it as a question is because I've seen things that you don't even need a story, but it's been shot so it's so interesting that you're trying to find a story from it, that I would say that it's almost more important how a film looks.
As a writer and aspiring director, I can't say one over.
Can't agree with that.
If I just take my own movies,
yeah,
which really just exist in our minds at this point, except for the short of Heathen, both story and visual storytelling come together. And if you take Heathen and Live Dumb Rock Harder, two completely different ways of shooting, lighting, and all that, but both completely, are needed to make the movie a whole as a feeling. I don't think you can't have either of those movies without the story that I've written either.
Well, then
and
I
you
would
can't have
say,
either of them without the visual finesse.
Let's take away bottom
executed.
of the barrel, because bottom of the barrel is going to ruin anything, no matter how good something else is.
Something...
Let's say you've got something that's visually stunning, but the story is meh, or you've got a great story but the visuals are meh.
I've seen movies that are visually stunning with no story and hated them. I don't think I've ever seen a movie with a great story and what could be considered lacking visual prowess and then hating it. So yeah, I guess really when it comes to that, when it's other people's work,
more important.
Story is probably more important overall.
Interesting. Okay, there you go. That's it for me, really. What's your thought?
My thought is a simple one, but it's more of a reiteration for me. Of the movies, a lot of movies that we've been watching recently, it just reaffirms my opinion, my correct opinion, that horror is the greatest genre of all time and nothing can come close to it. Because if you could say sci-fi fantasy might be the two that rival it, but the best sci-fi and the best fantasy are in the genre of horror.
It's the thinking man's genre, which is so ironic when you think that so many people, including myself in a previous life, saw horror as...
No, that was this life.
Saw horror as the dumb genre. And yeah, there are lots of dumb ones. There are so many horrors that are just not thought out and are just like, oh, let's try and get someone to jump out of their skin. But the good horrors are so much deeper than the good thrillers, the good comedies,
the good drama, the good whatever.
Yeah.
You can go to so many different places with horror, say so much, and deliver, as you know, on a visual level which you couldn't do with just something that is based in reality all the time, like drama. I don't know anyone who's like, oh yeah, drama is my all-time favourite genre. How could it be, really? Because you can also get horror dramas, which work incredibly well. We just did I Know What You Watched last week. Don't Look Now is a horror drama, really, and one of the best horror movies of all time. So yeah, just watching movies recently, certain films, Don't Look Now being one of them. Also, The Wicker Man. Wicker Man not even being one of my favourite movies, but that was also just saying to me, yes, horror is the greatest genre of all time.
But also,
and right now we're in a complete lull. Someone needs to fucking do something, or at least let me do something.
But again, that also, when we were watching The Wicker Man, for example, it was making me think what makes something horror. But yeah, that's a whole different question.
Yeah. Horror is the greatest.